Welcome in, welcome in. A little bit of different timing today. So yeah, a little bit of different timing today. I thought we would jump in and check some BTC data together. And other markets as well, other crypto. A little bit different timing, had a few things on this week, but all pretty, I'd say pretty much as expected, to be honest, from BTC. Last week, we were basically saying that we didn't think, I say we, a few of us, obviously in the community, join us there. If you're not in already, see links below. Join the Telegram, join the Discord for TRDR. And yeah, if you are new, grab a link from below. It is a great community from this data console, TRDR Console. If you're unfamiliar, grab a link from below for a free trial. Best data in the industry, I'd say, in my opinion, but it's more of a fact, to be honest. If you're new, or if you are struggling, and you struggled for the past week or so, or even longer, go and have a look at the Academy as well, because there is some free videos in there, some absolute brilliant free alpha in there as well, risk reward courses and stuff. And go and have a look at the new course that we've produced from the TRDR team and myself. Really in-depth course there, really brilliant stuff. gain some edge, to be honest, because I think the way the order flow at the minute has been on Bitcoin and in crypto markets in general, it's been brilliant, to be honest. So yeah, grab a link from below, go check it out. I'm sure it will help you on your journey. But yeah, just to highlight really, last week we were looking at a bit of a move down. We really pushed those 72k levels, didn't we? Let's just revisit quickly, very, very quickly, because, you know, it's nice to see where we've come from and where we're going, yeah? So basically hit that supply last week because everyone was expecting a god candle out of this range. Myself and a few of us were very much of the opinion that this range that we are in has unfinished business below, order blocks below, okay? So really, really push that 72k level. But yeah, I mean, it was well defended. It was well defended, the 72k level. Very, very high open interest, funding was chill, and we've now rotated back down. So nice to see it because it's kind of what we wanted, really. Now, if we were to just move straight up, that's absolutely fine. Everyone's, you know, spot portfolio is still going to look great. But just from a day-to-day trading point of view, unfinished business below, and here we are now. You know, last week was kind of looking for 66, 65 really, and we're only just starting to produce this and test this zone now. Now, that is kind of how the way Bitcoin is at the minute. It can be a slow mover. If you want in a little bit more excitement, go and trade some low liquidity altcoins. Not financial advice, as nothing is, to be honest. Okay, so here we are. All right, so this is where we've come from. Even just at the beginning of the week, we came up and, you know, again, double band supply from a couple of exchanges, and we just get this rotation down. Okay, so this was from thank you, JPAL, for the volatility. This was from the basically Fed meeting. Okay, so CPI came out, price rises up. Very nice move if you're scalping or day trading these smaller moves. Okay, and then basically tweeted it out and even said in the Discord, I said, look, it's a nice move up, but there's still unfinished business below. I think we can still get a rotation down, and here we are. So it's nice to see it. Things like that don't always go to plan. Okay, it's always the case of I think this can happen, but you know, as we always say, the market will do whatever the fuck it wants. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to check some order flow and a few data points on BTC because we are just entering the weekend. Yeah, a little bit of a different streaming time this week today. Just had a few things on this week, but just felt a bit eager today to get this live stream meeting out with you guys so I can timestamp it and just so we can just cover a few levels before we enter the weekend. I'm very much of the opinion if we don't get any kind of move in the next 24 hours, you're probably going to stay here for the full weekend. That's kind of the price action we've fallen into again at the minute. All right, guys, so let's have a look at where we are on some slightly higher time frames as always, very quickly. I won't bore you with this range too much, and then we're going to dive into a few of the exchanges and see who's actually producing some demand here. Okay, and then we'll do the usual, have a look at volume and open interest and liquidity within the books. All right, because a few interesting things to see, and I'm still kind of the opinion that we're not done here. I still would like a little bit lower. I say I would like as a greedy trader, but we will get what we're given. All right, so just quickly, I just want to drop to a 4-hour time frame and quickly show you guys where we are. Okay, so we kind of formed this range under resistance, haven't we, up here? All right, and what you've got to appreciate is now that's where we come from. So this is where we're looking at hedging short positions as everybody else was expecting to long the longs, as open interest was at absolute extremes. I'm going to zoom out again in a second. You can just see the value area lows moving slightly there. Always make your adjustments. So your resistance now, if you get a little flow up, is going to be in the 68k region, I would say. So you've got the monthly open there, 67.5, and then the point of control from this smaller range just under 68, we'll call it. So if you get a float up now, don't be surprised if you get some wicks onto there and then possibly get some rotations back down to then go and fill some of those lower order blocks, okay? So just on 4 hour basis at the minute, started pulling a range up here as we sit under resistance, okay? So I still think things look good, even on the 4 hour time frame here. Things look okay. You can come a lot further down and you're still going to be on higher lows, all right? If we zoom even further out, you've almost got this previous month value area high right up there at 71. But yeah, I think, just want to highlight the structure. I know this kind of range in structure, if you're not used to trading a range, it will really piss some people off, because they just want the trend continuation immediately, don't they? They want these big fat green candles and, whatever else. Or you've got people on the crypto Twitter timelines very, very bearish here, and they just want absolute mega nukes to LARP the timeline, don't they? But facts are, weekly trend up, daily trend up, 4 hour range. I think this 4 hour range looks great, to be honest. And I think you could, for me personally, I think you still come down and wick below 65. That's going to be great. We'll watch the order flow if that happens. All right. But, even if you came down into this previous value area low region for any real extreme volatility to hit below 64, you're still going to look okay, I think, to be honest. So higher time frame, still not bearish. I like that this range is getting some continuation and we didn't just break out at this point because didn't think it was quite ready, okay? I think what will happen is you'll come down, meet some really big demand, and I think we all know what to look for there. As open interest nukes, all that, as I always say, that full recipe to get some more risk on, and the icing on the cake will be that everyone just goes bearish and says, right, that's it. It's, and it's probably going to come in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, a little bit lower, appreciated, please, crypto gods. Let's see if they give us it. So yeah, I still think the structure looks okay, to be honest. Nothing to see at all, even if we go a little bit lower, all right? And you can just see on a 15-minute basis now, we're just looking at the aggregated overlay where we are. Okay, so we're stuck under that zone. So up into the 68, so you can see we wicked it yesterday. That was a very cheeky wick and then just came back down. Grinding price action down, okay? So biggest order blocks at the minute, as we can see there, top levels, 66 and then still 65. Okay, so we've had some group spot bid here and then back here as well in the 67 region. But I don't think we're quite done yet, all right? I think it'll be obvious when it comes to it for the guys that are familiar with with watching the order flow, okay, in the TRDR console. Aggregated depth, let's just have a look at a few data points. So aggregated depth, not bad, 600 million there. We're just tickling 350, 400 million now. As we all know by now, or I hope you do, we can reach aggregated depth, which is all exchanges, of 1 billion, okay? If you hit 1 billion again, anywhere down here as people are getting bearish, that is long your longs, not while you're up here, okay? Not while you're up here or at 72k. That is not long your longs. Long your longs is down here, aggregated depth, into the billions, neutral funding, the full recipe, okay? We've not quite got that yet. If I just flick back to a 1 hour basis and just show you, I quite like this profile at the minute. Okay, so open interest has been nuked and it's flicking kind of neutral here. This is open interest down at the bottom, okay? Funding is still pretty chill, yeah? So funding's still pretty chill. But if you just look at the aggregated depth here again, we're still just in, slight supply overhead here, as you can see, just from the OBD widget. You really want this to turn down as well and just start, you want everyone just to start bidding this. And when I say everyone, confluence of many exchanges, the better. All right, guys. So, yeah, looking okay. But being greedy, a little bit lower, the better for me personally. Full recipe, maybe not quite done yet. Okay, so Binance, biggest order block, 66.65. If we can wick down there, that's just going to look really, really good. Not a lot to see from many of the others, to be honest. Bitstamper's really got no edge. That was interesting to see from Coinbase Pro. Let me just go back to a 15-minute. Yeah, Coinbase Pro chart, I do like it, to be honest, and I don't like to mess with them when they have got double bands. If Coinbase Pro have got double band, supply or demand, and Binance have as well, yeah, it can be a pretty good trade, to be honest. Okay, so Coinbase Pro, biggest order blocks, 65k. I don't think, you know, like I say, if we don't get any movement right here, right now, it could. This is the thing about a Friday. You either get some price movement and you get continuation through the weekend, or you get nothing, you know. That's if you're long right here, right now, yeah, I don't know. I'd prefer a bit of a bigger deviation, to be honest, personally. So yeah, Coinbase Pro 65, Gemini Twinsies, bidding, but nothing too aggressive. Again, I don't think those guys do the volume to push price around anyway. Kraken, we've known this for a while. Kraken are happy to bid into this zone, even down into the 64k, which would be great if we could get there. All right, it's just going to give you cheaper prices. Don't we all want that? Prices coming down anyway. Well, don't you want the cheapest bid you can get? You know. Okay, so 64. Kraken USDT, similar again. Actually, they've got a big fat order block there at 63.8. I think you'd do well if we got right down there. Binance Perps. This is the one to watch for me personally. Really, really good order books at the minute. Okay, so offers here as price was moving up into CPI. I don't think they got filled. It might have got pulled, and then you got some real kind of market maker in here. You'd have to zoom into like a 1 minute, but then when they were filling some offers up here, we got that rotation down. And then what do you see here? You kind of see you got a big wick up. Okay, so that was a couple of $100 more than spot. It's always a little bit of a sign of reversal. And top level ready just above, a little bit market maker, it looks it, but then they've just pulled some offers down here that just seem to be capping price. Okay, nothing too aggressive, really, really close to price, but it's just up at that 68k level, which we looked at a minute ago, which is your monthly open, your POC of the range. Okay, so if you get any rotation back up there, I wouldn't get too excited. It's just going to be a little bit of a lower high, even just on a 15-minute time frame at the minute. Okay, I'd be looking towards that. But this is the one to watch because I believe they're kind of vying for a little bit of a position, and they have been for a while. These orders here on Perps, as we can see, going right back, and it probably gears back even further. What's that at? So 64k. Right, so they've had these 64k orders in since the 7th of June, yeah? Really, really what you call like static orders. So they've been there for a while, slightly pulled, or is that just because of the overlay? Slightly maybe pulled there, I don't know, is that data lag or something? But anyway, I would certainly be watching top side, see if you wick this and then come back down over the coming 24, 48 hours. If not, watch for that sideways price action over the weekend. But yeah, this zone for me is the unfinished business that I've been talking about for last going on 2 weeks now. And unfortunately, Bitcoin can be a little bit like that. You'll hit these areas of time decay where people get a bit pissed off with the range. So they kind of like get in and out of positions, and then, you know, all right, yeah, I'll short 72k. Shit, price ain't moving. Right, I'm going to close it, blah, blah, blah. Then they think, oh, yeah, we've come down, and they'll long right here, right now. They'll get a little bit of reward, hold on to it, but then we reverse because you've just got this unfinished business either way. And this is the kind of stuff I want to be looking for, really. Come down, test these guys, and let's see what we get. Yo, swaps in. Swallow swap. Don't swallow swap. Follow Swap on Twitter if you don't already. Really, really good, constant feed of information on Swap's Twitter feed. So go give Swap a follow. Yeah, just basically unfinished business. And there's a few other things that I want to go through data point wise, why I think we've maybe got this unfinished business here. Okay, so first of all, let's just have a look at volume. Yeah. Okay, so I think volume's looking pretty good on a 15-minute basis. We've got this slight rise up while retail kind of chase the tails and don't have a clue what they're doing. What I mean by that is the kind of long, shit, short, fuck, long, fuck, we don't know what's going on here, you know? And you can see the way the funding is just bouncing around. I mean, funding's not doing anything too extravagant, but funding's just bouncing around with that as well. Whereas, yeah, quite rightly so, it looks like, and we can see from the, you know, let's not make no bones about it, you're coming into demand now. You are coming into demand, okay? So, you know, spot guys here in green and perps guys here in blue, they want a little bit of piece of the action. They're getting prepared, which is the way I believe it should be. Yeah, be prepared. So if we look at 15-minute basis, yeah, if we do come down again, hopefully we start to build these bullish divergences, but I'd just like another leg down if the crypto gods can give us it. Okay, another leg down, hold the bullish divergences, but just tickle this open interest and funding a little bit lower so we get that volume king cluster down here. Okay, that's gonna be the recipe, to be honest, for me personally. Right, so I just look at a 1 hour basis, what we're doing on the 1 hour, because I do like to check this. Yeah, so volume trying to come up, right? Volume trying to come up. It doesn't mean that price won't come down again, yeah? So, you know, just to really spell it out, we might not get it, but, you know, some of this, even if it's just a tickle below 65, yeah, just really go and grab that liquidity while these boys and girls are doing that sort of thing. And then you've got a cluster down here of open interest, funding, and LS ratio is just cherry on the cake, to be honest. All right, so something like that. That is volume, 1 hour basis. That's what I'm looking at. Another thing to note is liquidity. Okay, so I'm just going to go to a 4 hour liquidity with open interest RSI, yeah? So if we look at this, this was our last real risk on area, which was down at that 56, 57k zone. If we just see where liquidity was when we were back there, along with open interest, there's a couple things to look at on this template, yeah? So we did actually get a slight rise in liquidity from perps there, as people were actually probably entering positions there, I would say, but it was coming from quite a low basis. Where was the low basis? Let's just, for myself and for everyone, let's just call it there. Can't have red, it's like a teacher's pen marking your work wrong, isn't it? Okay, so low basis on the perps liquidity now when the order books are absolutely wiped. Let's call it $1 billion, and that used to be the high side a year and a half, 2 years ago, you know. Let's look at this together and then we'll move on and look at some absolute shit coins. Okay, high side now 2.5 billion, which is what we've hit at the top of these ranges. Yeah, so perps liquidity 2.5 billion was your last one, under 72k. Spot order books wiped out, 650 million, and then to the top side 1.3ish billion. Okay, so, and we've already, because we've got an RSI metric, we've already got this in. So yeah, as we can see here, we've actually already had a flush here, so this is nice. Yeah, so this is nice. So we've already had a flush and perps came right down. Does it come a lot lower? Maybe not. Maybe perps just hangs around here. You know, you kind of in this range mode, aren't you, if you're at 1.5 billion. The only thing is, spot's quite high, which is not exactly risk on behavior from the spot order books. Now, the only thing to think about that is, has everybody already loaded up and we're potentially going to accumulate here and then, you know, in this kind of zone, and then really get that nice breakout in the coming weeks, and we start to set some new parameters from the spot books? That's something to be aware of. Okay, that is something to be aware of. Obviously, if you're holding spot from a lot lower, I think you're absolutely fine. But if you're just looking for risk on in perps derivatives, then you know, I would just chill a little bit and see if we can just thrash this a little bit lower, okay? Another thing to note from this 4-hour basis is obviously your open interest, okay? So really, really good open interest RSI metric this. Really, really love using this now, okay? So that's where we were when we just tickled 72k, okay? When everyone was looking like basically looking for a breakout of the range. Open interest, RSI metric, absolutely afterburners on. Cool your jets, Starsky sort of. No, we're not ready to break out here yet, okay? So we've come down, really, really good. So open interest is starting to chill out now. What you could almost do on here is say, is that your middle zone, you know? Okay, so we know we've had these rises up from this middle zone before, especially stuff like this here, yeah? Back at the, so yeah, that was your last real risk on here. Risk on. Low liquidity, low open interest, big fat liquidations. Get out my order books. We need to go long. Similar, even there, really, you know, even if you're just day trading, I mean, that's absolutely sniper action. This one was better because you had actually bullish divergences on the volume there. But do we come down to this zone again? Not sure. Reason I'm not sure is, and we could just hang around here in the open interest, is if you do another little thing with liquidations, basically. So if you check liquidations, okay, you've got to, and I'm no expert because I'm not sure if the data is fully genuine, what the exchanges provide on aggregated liquidations. The guys at TRDR probably let me know if it is, you know, really 100% spot on data, especially from Binance, because, you know, Bybit don't even provide us all the order book data here. So, but all I would say is whether the data is 100% genuine or not, it's still nice to see what's happening. So big fat liquidations here on that initial drop, so that was really good. Okay, so just when we dropped down to 69, 68.5ish, okay, we've had these other drops here. We're now just tickling the 66k zone, and you know how liquidations get a little bit more subdued. Okay, so people are already getting wiped out in the market. Yeah, similar sort of things happen back here. Okay, so these are your big liquidations in all this wick area here. All right, and then you almost, I mean, it's not like this, but you then almost come down again and you've got less people as you fall into these demand zones. Okay, so just something to bear in mind on that front as well. Okay, so yeah, a few things of note. Spot liquidity is high, but open interest coming down. Is it a case of we just need one more little flush, okay, just to wipe the order books a little bit again, really go and attack those order blocks, 66, 65, really fill it, grind it out, get everyone really bearish, get the shorts really comfortable, and then just continue as we are in a trending market, all right? So yeah, a few things there to digest over the coming weekend, really. Keep an eye out above. This is now low time frame resistance into 68. Don't get ants in your pants excited if we suddenly get a kick up to 68. Just watch for stuff like this again, where perps wicks a couple of $100 higher. If you're getting stuff like that and offers a fill-in, you're more than likely just going to drop down a little bit lower. All right, guys. So that's BTC. Summary, I think everything looks okay. We are still ranging. If you're frustrated by the range, join the academy and learn a little bit more about ranges. All right, guys. Let's go and have a look at Vitalik's coin. Vitalik's coin. What are you using your fees on, Vitalik? What does he even use his fees for? Did you hear Iggy Azalea? Oh, God. What's he using them fees for? Anyway. ETH has been, I think ETH's been looking pretty good, and it's been having some okay bounces, even if you're just scalping this. So demand side has been a little bit easier to play. Really clean order books from ETH, to be honest. Really clean. Obviously stuff like this over here to the left, just be conscious of what Bitcoin's doing as well, yeah? But nice rise up. Didn't really hit a great deal of supply. Certainly didn't get any ETH diamonds up there. but with BTC dominance the way it is, it's been rising a little bit. These coins are just going to follow BTC at the minute. But yeah, it's looking okay. Not too much to say from ETH BTC. I don't think like there was the other week. With ETH BTC has been filling a little bit, but not too much. Interesting that Bitstamp have got big ETH BTC bid a little bit lower. Bitfinex got anything? No, Bitfinex are actually selling. Well, they've been bidding this small area here, but they're willing to sell if it goes a little bit higher. So not too much to see. ETH has come down. God, I think we were looking at it about 2 weeks ago now, to this 3.5 area, actually wicking a little bit below, which we wanted, because it's actually come down. Let's go and have a look at the 4 hour on ETH. Okay, so long, God, it was back here really. If you were unfamiliar with the past few live sessions, even on Twitter, what we were basically looking at is this up here, hanging around up here, okay, on high open interest with no follow-through demand. The zone to look for was always to come down and fill this wick space here, which was at 3.5. All we're doing now is just wicking below and filling some demand. It looks good. It looks good. Probably consolidates around here, builds that demand, get a same sort of recipe as BTC really, get some volume divs, get the bears a little bit frothy, and then we'll probably get some continuation on ETH, I would say. Yo, Vitaly, how are you doing, sir? Let's go and have a look at the volume on ETH. I'm not going to concentrate on it too much because I do believe it's still going to follow BTC. Yeah, so open interest coming down, building bull divs on lower time frame, but let him cook. That's all I would say. Let him cook. I'm more. What date is it today? It's the 14th, is it? I've had a bit of a busy week, to be honest, with a few things going on that I won't go into detail of. But what day is it? The 14th. Yeah, okay. So I'm in favour of churning this area out now that we're in this coming into a demand zone for the next week or so, maybe. I think I said on the last live stream or the last video, going back and check, you might have to fact check me on the last video, but I think I said I was looking at the end of June going into July for a little bit of a run up. But ETH on the Volume King profile is certainly on, and I especially like this 1 hour, it's baking, isn't it? It's baking in some volume divs. I like the nuked open interest. I like the way we're going to start to get this cluster down here. So even if you get a little bit lower on ETH, grind this area out, it's going to be, yeah, good opportunity, I think. Yeah, I don't think Larry, Fink and the boys at the BlackRock sales team are shilling these ETFs for prices to drop a lot lower, do you? And fail. I think, yeah, less I say on that, the better. Right, so yeah, not bad at all. Right, so we'll keep this live stream pretty short, but there's a couple of alts I want to look at before you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Okay, so on the Discord live, we basically were pointing out the fact that altcoins had some levels a lot lower, yeah? And they're coming down and they're starting to fill those levels now. So I can't remember when was the live. It was back here. And basically what we're saying is when you're looking at the altcoins and you're considering that Bitcoin can come down and fill some lower demand levels, when you're seeing alts like this, and I'm just on AVAX at the minute, with these what we call static order blocks, okay, top levels in the console, resting limit orders a lot lower, you've got to consider that these entities either want to fill, okay, or they want to defend that area, yeah? So stuff like AVAX coming down now, you're not necessarily always going to come right down and attack these levels. Sometimes, and I've said it before, but AVAX is brilliant on the Alt Diamond Top Level Pro alert, okay, in the console. Give me a shout in the socials if you need that alert. Really, really good. Okay, so the response from stuff like this, even for day trading, really, really good rises. Okay, when it hits them again, just consider what the wider market is doing. But you know, you've still got these levels a little bit lower. Okay, so basically AVAX, there's a few others as well. Not that I'm particularly into some of these coins, but it's interesting to see. Polkadot, yeah, $6 demand zone, not quite been touched yet. Do we get down there? We'll just have to wait and see. And you know, there's a few others as well. You know, just go through your market, scan your market. Doge, not a lot to see. What was the other ones I was looking at? I think it was stuff like Sol. Sol is coming down to some nice levels now, and starting to fill some spot demand. Spot traders, that's perps there actually. Spot traders tend to be pretty on the ball with Sol. Okay, you don't often see this on Sol unless you really, really get some commitment from them spot traders. So it's nice to see. Something of note for any real violence, 140, biggest order block on Sol at the minute. But yeah, perps traders as well. This is kind of interesting to see. If you're looking at altcoins, I would watch for watch to see if you get these order blocks kind of stair-stepping price down. What do I mean by that? Price flowing down, and then these orders kind of stair-step down, kind of like get pulled and dropped a little bit lower. I would watch for stuff like that on some of the alts. If you're seeing that, yeah, your best risk reward is going to be at those levels. Okay. Other assets, tier, I thought was looking quite good, or is starting to get some nice bid now. Again, biggest order blocks down at that 7.5 level. So just keep an eye on that. And another one, old school asset. God, I bought this back in 2018, I think it was. I was accumulating VET because I thought it was going to change the world of branding, retail branding. Don't know what they're doing nowadays, to be honest. I don't know if it's still a valid project. But if you're into VET and you think it's going to be a good token over the next year, 2 years, really fat order blocks a little bit lower. Spot demand. I've not seen spot demand on VeChain like this for a while. Yeah, so if you're trading perps, your execution needs to be as close to the top levels as possible. You want the full recipe of volume divs, low open interest, all the rest of it. But if you're just trying to accumulate spot, this is your zone. Yeah, this is your zone. So nice to see from that. MB BLZ has some interesting OBD for scalping. Nice perp offer short earlier. BLZ's yeah, we had fun with BLZ back in the new year, didn't we? Let's have a look. Oh, holy shit. Wow, what is going on with this? What is going on with this? Yeah, interesting. Initial looks at BLZ, it's a right mess, isn't it? Yeah, this is the sort of asset you almost need to be a little bit familiar with it, don't you, and the way it moves. Scan the levels. And I think that actually filled there, and then they really kind of start to cap price off here, comes down. Yeah, a little bit messy, isn't it? A little bit messy, but yeah, if you're just scalping, as you say, MB, interesting. One thing on some of these lower liquidity alts is, especially when you're seeing top levels like this, they do like to really stretch their legs and take all the liquidity before you get any kind of reversal. So always watch for these top levels to either kind of hold or just invalidate with a wick, and then you sometimes get your reversal. But yeah, interesting. Let's have a look at a couple of the memes then. Bonk finally came down, didn't it? Just the perps chart on that, so not a lot to see. What is the hat staying on? Yeah, it's getting a little bit of spot demand, actually, is with a lot of the meme coins have calmed down a little bit, haven't they? Just wondering if a few of these silly, I'll call them silly because they are, we all know that, whether you trade them, like them or not, they're fucking stupid, aren't they? But a lot of them, I'm just wondering, do more get listed on Coinbase? And especially as Coinbase have got US derivatives now. I noticed that Boom, or boom, he's getting listed, isn't it? Book of Meme. Interested to see that get listed before some of the larger market cap coins, i.e. Pepe and stuff. But maybe it's a tester. Okay, maybe it's a tester. If you're into Pepe, not much edge on perps. Spot market has been filling a little bit. Okay, down at the 1-1 area. Just starting to float up a little bit now. It wouldn't surprise me if we still come down a little bit lower on Pepe. All right. Few other coins I just want to check while you guys are on. Again, yeah, order blocks, stuff like Rune, they're filling. They are filling, spot filling. And as I always say, spot guys and girls could quite well be happy to fill here, 4.8, 4.7, and hold a couple of percent down. It's not like a 100x leverage trader that's going to fill here and then be liquidated when price moves 2%, So spot charts I do like on stuff like Rune. Double bands in this area down to 4.5. While you guys are on, and if you do have any questions console related or any assets that I'm missing and we need to check, just give me a shout now. I just want to have a look at where Rune is on the 4 hour while we're all on, because I think it's let's go and have a look. I'm just gonna tear. Oh no, well, I'll leave that. Yeah. Oh shit, that's a right massive inverted head and shoulders, isn't it? Look at that. I'm just gonna turn this off. Hold on a minute. Let me check that. Shit in hell, it's going to 0, isn't it? I wish I'd not looked at it now. It's going to 0, isn't it? Oh, that's what your bears would say. No, it's probably not. It's probably not. Right, let me just check the range on this while you guys are on, and if you can think of any questions, we'll have a look at a couple more bits, and then I'll let everyone get on with the Friday. But yeah, I wanted to jump in today, and let me just check what's going on here. Is Rune going to 0? I've still got that arrow one. That's where we got long. If you go in the Discord, TRDR Discord, and search Rune, bidding here, that's where we got long on Rune. I know this is not really a range, but I just want to adjust this while you guys are on, because otherwise I'm going to forget. Go and have some lunch and never see it again. Yeah, so Rune is getting bid. If you look at the wider market structure, I know this isn't an ideal range, but if you look at the wider market structure, Rune down to 4.5 for me personally is going to be a good area. Let me just pull that there. Yeah, similar 4.5 point of control. So 5.3 is going to be your resistance on Rune now. If you're not familiar with this kind of setup, I know this is a dubious range pull, but I just wanted to see the wider range levels. Get a fixed range, just drop it on and get an idea of the levels, and that 4.5 is right where this level here, I'll go back to the order book in a second, is right where people are bidding. The best situation on stuff like this is mega deviation, take out all these wicks, take out all those wicks, and then come back up, something like that. Ideally on Rune, grab all the liquidity it can and come back up. Right, while I'm on that, then let's go check the order book. Yeah, you see what I mean? Let me just reset this, 15-minute basis. Yeah, value area low is this white line here, right where all the bid is. So yeah, they're not stupid, they know exactly where they want to bid. And at the minute, yeah, lower time frame, yeah, I could see a bit of volatility down here, especially if Bitcoin wants to come down a little bit. A few other coins, not much to see from a lot of assets. If you're seeing, I'm just on SHIB because I just flicked onto it because it was there. If you're seeing stuff like this, people are filling these lows, but then if you're looking at them today, for instance, there's no real edge there, so just stuff like this, I would suggest you almost leave it alone, even if you're just into day trading or whatever. There's no real edge there at all. One of the guys, I can't remember if it was Mr. Monkey or Morpheus, pointed out SFP, which is Safe Pal, in the Telegram earlier. Really spot bid again. Massive order blocks down at that 0.68 to 0.7. So keep an eye on that, whether you are into the asset or not. I couldn't even tell you what the project does, to be honest. There's too much going on in the markets and to keep an eye on everything. RNDR grinding down. I'm sure it gets some spot bid down at this $8 region again. A couple of order blocks, but nothing too major there. Right, so yeah, one more I just want to have a look at because I've been keeping an eye on them. Engine 27, okay, looks pretty good. I've not looked at this on the 4 hour for a while, so like Rune, let's just quickly check this. God, that's messy, isn't it? That is messy. I don't know what to say about that, so I'm going to move on. Lows of the range, fucking hellfire. Yeah, it's a mess. I know it's a good asset and a lot of people like it, but I don't even know I don't know where to start. Kind of trying to trend up. Yeah, just look for some spot bid. Another one I want to check while you guys are on ILV, because I know Gaming Coin has been getting a lot of bid lower. Looks pretty good. I think stuff like this could bounce pretty soon, so that looks pretty good. IMX. And I'm not even going to look at CRV wars. I know the nerds have been battling each other, keyboard warriors, but CRV is absolutely nuked, hasn't it? ICP, oh, nice from ICP on spot. Okay, keep an eye on ICP because it did have a mega pump a while ago and it's just consolidating a little bit now. So pretty nice from ICP. So yeah, 15-minute time frame there on big boy Bitcoin. Let's summarize. A little bit lower, please, as spot liquidity is quite high. Open interest diddle in the middle. Open interest has come down. I would like it to come down a little bit lower. Basically, price action has been flat since 5 p.m. my time yesterday. So there's no edge right here, right now on Bitcoin. I would wait and see if if you've got no risk on whatsoever, or if you're just looking for a day trade, just either leave it alone or go and look for an alt. I would prefer wicks under 65k, to be honest. Build those bullish volume divergences that we looked at. Drop the open interest a little bit more, okay? Bring it down and build this aggregated depth. The higher, the better. Keep an eye on the aggregated depth, even if we get to 800 to 900 million. Okay, that'd be really nice. Billion is sell your house. We're about to go to £1 million because BlackRock are eating all your supply, sirs. We are in local range on BTC. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of chilled, very chilled with Bitcoin nowadays. You can almost kind of just trade the BTC diamonds. If you're new and you don't know what those are, where have you been for the last 4 years? Join the console, grab a link from below and take the red pill. Matrix reference. Take the red pill and join us. You could almost just wait for diamonds here, and maybe it takes a couple of diamonds. Maybe you hit one and we still drop a little bit lower. But yeah, Vitali's dead right. We're just in a small local range here. I've said this many times on stream, but especially if you're in this sort of price action, that's you could even go back to there. Why would you trade in here? There's no edge whatsoever. I would even wait for, what time is it now? So it's 11:45 lunchtime, my time. US Open in a couple of hours, so two and a half hours. We normally hit that volatility in around, so it'll be about an hour and a half, an hour's time, okay? And again, that's nothing to do with the ring of the US market bell. It's just the US guys start waking up and pumping a little bit more volume into the market. It's always worth waiting for those kind of timings to see what we get, okay? Another quick thing to look at BTC Dom, a little bit diddle in the middle. As Mr. Monkey pointed out the other day, we were hitting some BTC dominance, really spiking up in the BTC dominance. You know when that happens, BTC's in control, and he's going to guide the price action for the wider market. Yeah. So yeah, summary: if we don't get a move today, I think you're probably in for a little bit of a dry, nothing weekend. I still believe we could be in for a bit of a busy summer, but like mentioned in the beginning of the week's video, and probably even 2 weeks ago, actually, I was kind of thinking the end of June. So someone's going to have to go and rewatch the video and fact check me on that. But yeah, I'm thinking we could have another week of grinding out this demand, okay? Because we are coming into demand now. Just need a little bit more to complete the recipe, in my opinion. Grinding into demand. Let's get a full recipe. Let's get the full Gordon Ramsay going on. Volume divs, low open interest, low funding. Let's get the bears joyous across the market as they're flashing P&L across the crypto timelines. We'll fill some demand, and then the spike up, I think when it comes, that move up, if we get it, because we're still in a trending market. When we go and attack those 72k levels again, 73k levels, I believe you'll still hit some supply there, but I think it will absolutely get fucking smashed. Excuse my language. And no one will have a chance. That's normally what happens when you've got a quite a longer time frame range that we are in a trend. When we then get the move, I think it'll be mega violent. And what will probably happen is you'll probably even get the old BTC diamonds up here. Yeah. But you've got to consider, if you get a nice upwards momentum in volume, nice upwards momentum in open interest, and your funding stays pretty neutral, whoever's selling there, it could be a little bit reactionary. Maybe it's perps taking a bit of profit, but the supply will get smashed, and then I think we'll get some really good continuation. Straight to $1 million in 1 4-hour candle, no doubt, sponsored by Larry Fink and the BlackRock team. All right, guys. So yeah, wanted a little bit of an update on this Friday. Sorry, it's a different timing to usual. But wanted to just get it in, as I see a few people posting some stuff in the socials and having a look at levels and stuff. Thought we'd check in today with each other and go through some data points. All right, so if you're just watching the live now, go and check the links below, get a free trial on the console, and join the Telegram and Discord socials. If you've really been struggling with Bitcoin, sorry to hear that. Go check the Academy, because we really go into some in-depth detail on the Academy. All right, guys. So look, I hope you have a great weekend. I think there's possibly not a lot to see here at the minute. It might be the case that it's a dry weekend and moves possibly come for BTC and ETH anyway. Maybe I would wait for that US session to open. Okay, US session volume kick, I'm going to start calling it. If we get some moves. If we get some moves in the US session, maybe you get some kind of continuation today. Hi, Fabio. Drop in the socials, mate. There's a few guys that scalp in there. You want something to look at the top levels, really, especially on altcoins. If you have a look at the whiff chart and some of those coins, they really react well to some of the top levels. But drop in the socials and can certainly share any of these templates that we've had a look at today. All right. So yeah, if we do get a dry weekend, no move, and you're keen on trading, just look for the altcoins as usual. If Bitcoin sits well, it sits still all weekend, then your altcoins are still going to move. Okay, so just look at those demand levels as we are coming into demand on most assets now. A lot of alts look good. All right, guys. So another live next week. Probably do it in the Discord again on Tuesday. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And what I'll do is, because it's a little bit of a different timing, obviously, I'll timestamp this video and I'll mark it up. Share it with people, please. Just give it a like and give it a share, because I think people deserve to know about this data from the console. All right, guys, have a good weekend and we'll speak soon. Cheers.